What's up? What's up? Welcome to Porch News. This is your man Tec9, aka Flex. Man, thank y'all for joining me. If this is your first time sitting on the porch with me, thank you and welcome and have a seat. If you're returning, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little bell on side of the subscribe button. The subscribe button, press it so you can be notified every time I drop new content. Man, so I've been getting a lot of requests. Like I said, I love interacting with y'all, and I do take into consideration the request of what y'all want me to run eps about. But today I'm gonna go ahead and satisfy the majority and run an ep about the beef between UNLV and PNC, aka Partners in Crime. So the first thing that I want to say is the beef between UNLV and PNC was definitely real. It wasn't no studio beef or nothing like that. We really wanted to get at them boys' head for real. At least me and Yella did, definitely. So, in my opinion, the way that this all started was that we already had made a name for ourselves at Cash Money, and now here comes Mr. Mina and Kango Slim came up to Cash Money office trying to get signed and join Cash Money. Now, I've heard several different stories of what happened that day at the office, but personally, I can't remember what happened. I recall Mr. Mina saying he heard Yella and Baby fussing about royalties, and that's what detoured him from wanting to sign. And I told a different account, but me myself, I can't really recall that day. But what I do recall is that me and Ya felt like they were trying to recreate what Ya and myself had created. You feel what I'm saying? Like they were trying to be a rapper and have another rapper / singer, and that's what how me and Ya had our little thing set up, and they came the same way. So Cash Money saw what me and Ya saw, and they decided not to sign them, right? So they went and hooked up with Chuck, aka Big Boy, rest in peace, Chuck. And for some strange reason, they let Chuck send them at us, and they started dissing us. Now, it became personal to us because we like them boys don't even know us. They just dry dissed us. Back then, we didn't have no understanding about beefing on wax. We took it personal and was like ready to take it to the streets. So, we made a song back about them and this, that, and the other. And, they would pull all kind of different little tactics. I can recall they put out a album cover where they peed on our set. And, we was trying to figure out, well, who was out there when y'all did it? So, we came up with the conclusion they had to do it like, in the wee hours of the morning for nobody to see them, because one thing about our hood, they rode for us, and Mystical could attest to that. Mystical would try to ride through our hood, and all the little kids would go to pitching rocks at his truck, like get from around here. So I know nobody had to be around there for them to actually have a chance to pee on our set, right? So, it was real heated. And, I could recall, me and Yella used to just take it personal, and it was like on site, with us, they took it to play with, letting Chuck send them at us, but we was like on some it's on site type frame of mind, right? So I remember one time we riding, we always used to just get in the car and go hunting for them boys. One time, we riding and we going up Earhart, and we see Kango Slim sitting on the ground. Looked like he was waiting on the bus or waiting on the ride or whatever, but he was sitting on the ground like around Earhart and whatever the cross street is, like by a gas station. So So once we spotted him, you know, we didn't know that he spotted us, but obviously he did, because we went to make the block to come back and do him. And when we made the block, he was gone off the ground. So obviously he saw us. Another incident running that we had, we was at I can't remember the name of the club right there on Washington Avenue, but they Big Daddy had a party there, and we wind up going do the party for him. And Kango Slim was in there with some of his partners from out the 17th. And like I said, it was on site with us. And once him and Yellow locked eyes, you know, it wasn't no talking or nothing. It was just on site. Them two boys went in a blender. Now, I'm not gonna lie, they fought hard. You know, Mr. Mina ain't no punk. He handled his business. He stood on his business. And to be honest with you, I would give him a slight edge, because Yellow had on some snakeskin shoes, and he kept on slipping and falling. He really couldn't stand his ground. So if I'm gonna be totally transparent and totally honest, and I had to, like, if I was a judge in a fight, I would go ahead and give it to Mr. Mina, because of the slight edge. Yellow couldn't really get no grip. You know what I'm saying? He kept on slipping and sliding, but they both was fighting hard, definitely. But you know, like I said, it was definitely on site with us. And you know, another time, you know, we going hunting, and you know, I really was clowning with Yellow, but he was dead serious. I was like, man, you want to go hunting? And he was like, shit, let's go. So, you know, I really was clowning with him. I really wasn't serious. But once he said, let's go, I can't, you know, like back down, because he going to think I'm scared. So, man, lo and behold, bro, they had one of the little homies in the hood had a little stolen car, a little small little stolen car. And Yellow always did have legal guns, because he never had any convictions. So we go in the house and grab the Mac 90 and the 2020 pump. And we going hunting. You know, it was a little spot on the corner where them boys used to be at, like in I think it was General Ogden or something like that, headed toward the back. It was a dead end where you can't go no more, but there was a corner house where they all used to be at. So we go back there hunting, and once we finally got back there, nobody wasn't on that corner, but some little junkie dude, and the junkie dude saw us, you know, swing the corner, and we masked up. So by the time we make the block, the junkie dude had done left. I'm pretty sure that the little junkie probably told them boys that somebody came back through there, but I doubt if they know it was us, because we was like skied up. But man, one thing I can say, bro, I am so glad that them dudes wasn't on that corner at that house, because there is no doubt in my mind that we wasn't gonna pop their top that day. You know, Yellow was gonna pop their top just to show me that he bought it. You know, Yellow was the type, Yellow would do anything that I tell him to do, you know, just to show me that he not scared. Like I told y'all a long time ago, I pulled Yellow off the porch. And man, I'm so glad they wasn't on that corner, because they wouldn't be where they at today, and we'll probably be in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing, and I thank God that it didn't happen that way. But when you're a YN, you know, you're not thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? But as an older man, you know, I can, you know, like, thank God that it really didn't happen that way, because we was definitely going back there to pop their top. But overall, man, when it comes down to the debate about who won the battles between UNLV and PNC, it's always going to be up in the air, because the 17th going to ride for PNC, and Uptown and the Third Ward going to ride for UNLV. The Third Ward, the 10th Ward going to ride for UNLV. But no matter what the debate was, I always felt like we won, because I took one for the team. You feel what I'm saying? Now get your popcorn ready, because I'm about to drop a bomb on y'all. So the reason why I feel like we always was one up, because during the time of the beef, you know, we doing our thing. We riding in the fly cars, and we fly with the Ballards and the Jabots and the Polos, little jewelry and stuff. and I run across Kango Slim wife, right? So she feeling the boy. You feel me? What I'm saying? She really feeling the boy. And I wind up getting with her and popping her top. You feel me? And the crazy part about it is, I guess Partners in Crime was on the road going to do a show or something like that, and she hit me on the horn and called me over. So I go to their house. It was a little apartment, like right off of Downman. It was either Downman or Chef. A little apartment. You make a left and you make a right, and boom, 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 boom. Some little apartments or townhouses, whatever it was. But it was right off Downman, right off Chef. So man, I go over to the crib and I pop her top in their bed. You feel what I'm saying? Got with her, knocked her loose. You feel me? So I always felt like, man, we up, we won. You know what I'm saying? When the battle with the subject of the battle of UNLV and PNC would come up, I always would feel confident we won because I took one for the team and we was always up. And Yellow and y'all felt the same way. You feel what I'm saying? So then we even made a record about it. It's the Lil Y'all got a gangsta jazzy, yeah. Yellow Boy got a gangsta jazzy, yeah. Tec9 got a gangsta jazzy, yeah. But we looking for them with them big old butts. And one of my bars was, from the 9-5 to the 9-6, I switched around my life. Last night, Kango's wife. You feel what I'm saying? It was a real bar. You feel me? And so I popped it so good. That wasn't the only time that I got with her. Another time I knocked her block off. I went picked her up and brought her by mom's house. You dig? So I got her by mom's house. And this was like, we already had did our thing. So this like the second time, round 2. So my stupid ass, instead of me just like popping her and getting it out the way, my stupid ass want slow stroke it and make love like this. My girl, this is my whole wife. I'm tripping though. I'm tripping. So I'm doing my thing, hitting her with the left or right. You feel me? And moms wind up coming down the steps and catching us, dog. We underneath a sheet on my mama's sofa, dog. I tell you no lie. I put that on my mama. And my mama came down the steps and like, you know I don't play that ish. I said, nah, mom, we was just asleep. She said, get up and get her out of here. So once mom did that, my mom went to the kitchen, came back and went back up the steps. Once mom went up the steps, I had to go ahead and speed it up so I could get mine. Because you know how it is when you popping somebody and got to stop. You're going to get the blue balls. You feel me? So I speeded up and punished that thing. Pop, 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 pop. And we went ahead and finished and I got up out of there. But that was the last time that I got a chance to pop her top. I don't know if they was beefing or what, but she was at my neck and I was at her neck. You feel me? And that thing was good too on the cool. It was good. I guess that's why I was slow stroking, tripping. But anyway, that was my little ace in the hole right there. Every time we would get a debate about who won the beef, rap beef for UNLV and PNC, I ain't never even care about discussing it because I felt like we won anyway because your old boy took one for the team. You feel me? But anyway, man, we went on and we squashed the beef, and actually today we able to be in the same space at the same time, as opposed to back then. There's no way in the world that UNLV and Partners in Crime would be in the same space without somebody, one of us going in the blender with the other one. You feel what I'm saying? And those guys still doing their thing. They still successful. I salute them. You know what I'm saying? I talk to them from time to time. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's my truth. And that's what it is. So in my opinion, we won. I took one for the team. Yeah, man, thank y'all for joining me for this episode of Porch News. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got my channel growing, man. We up there and we continue to growing. I love y'all. I respect y'all, and I will continue to give y'all the content that y'all ask me for and the videos that y'all ask me for. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If your homie or your girlfriend be on YouTube and they haven't subscribed to my Porch News and Tec9 of UNLV's page, get them to do it, man. You know, like I always like to say, I'll lie for you before I lie to you. Everything I tell y'all is real, and somebody close to you and close to me can verify anything come out of my mouth. I'm signing out, baby. One.